They say it's a jungle out here. Good thing I'm the queen. Bet you ain't never seen a cat look this fly. The year was 1999. At that particular time, I was working at an adult daycare center. Helping out the elderly a little bit and getting paid while doing it. And this particular day was a payday. I got paid. At this particular time, downtown Baltimore was still vibrant. You could go down there, you could go shopping, all the good stuff. So I went down there to go shopping because at this time I didn't have any children. I didn't have a child because I don't have multiple children. But at this time I didn't have any children. And, I was young and free and living life. So I went into this particular store. Let me place the scene. I had on an outfit, and with this outfit, I had on what we would call here a Gucci ducket, but a lot of you would call it a bucket hat. Cute little outfit, outside shopping. Going to a store, decide that I'm going to make a purchase in this particular store. While I'm in there, a gentleman approaches me. Well, a gentleman is such a strong word for this particular person, but whatever. He approached me, and he's like, "How you doing? I saw you walking in, and I decided that I wanted to step to you and, see if we could get to know each other." Now, initially, when I saw him, I was like, well, he's a little short. I'm 5'7.5". He's about 5'5". But I am not the type of person that lets looks be the determining factor of whether or not I will date somebody. He was very respectful. His approach was there. It was cool. Looks wise, wouldn't give him that much in the looks department either. But I liked his energy. So I decided to give him a shot. So I gave him my number. He gave me his. Cool. We talked that day and maybe a couple of days after that. And then he decides that he wants to take me on a date. This is a very important portion of the story, so just keep this particular thing in mind. The date he wants to take me on is to Six Flags. Awesome. I love roller coasters. I'm with it. Let's go. So we go to Six Flags. Now, Six Flags from where it used to be from where I am now is about a good half an hour ride away. So before we go to Six Flags, he decides that he has to make a stop. And he makes the stop to an area that I despise. I hate this place. More about this place will come up. I hate it only because it stinks, not because it's I don't know if it's a horrible area, but I do know it stinks. Anyway, so we go to this area, and now we're picking up his friend. Red flag number 1. Why are we picking up your friend? Oh, let me go back a little bit. So when he approached me, he told me that his name was Nashawn. For the sake of this episode, I told you in Cattails, I will never ever tell the person's real name unless they make me, or unless they get in the comments, and then everybody will know it's them anyway. But so for the sake of this story, I'm gonna name him Nathaniel. But Nathaniel told me that his name is Nashawn. Okay, cool. Everybody has nicknames, whatever. Should have been a red flag for me, but at the same time, everybody was calling me Cat. That is not my real name, but I give y'all both of my names every time I do the show. So now let's get back to Six Flags. So we go pick up his friend. We ride to Six Flags. I'm not going to say the thing that they did while we were at Six Flags, but also should have been a red flag, but whatever. We have fun. We enjoy the afternoon. Now we leave. We drop the friend off. He decides, let's go out and have a couple of drinks. Sure. So we go out, we have a couple of drinks, and then we adjourn the evening. Now, because I had a good time, even though I don't like the idea of bringing your friend on a date that you are setting with me, we had a good time though that evening. So because of that, I kept on kicking it with him. We got into a relationship eventually. Well, that's I'll get to that later. But anyway, eventually we got into a relationship. This went on for a couple of years. And then one evening, I come over to his house because at the time I lived in West Baltimore. He lived in East Baltimore. So I come over to his house. We're kicking it. And while we're there, a young lady enters his home and starts banging on the door. I know you got a chick in there. I'm trying to be nice and not curse, but I know you got somebody in there. Let me in. She better not look better. All kinds of crazy stuff. He fighting her. He comes to the room and then proceeds to tell me that I need to go outside. I need to leave. Now, mind you, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm like, okay, I don't have anywhere to go. There's no mass transportation running at that particular time. The bus did not start running until 6 o'clock that morning. I'm outside, just outside looking crazy. Eventually he comes and he retrieves me and we go back into his house. I stay there till the next day and then I leave. And that was the first breakup. Because it's like, what the hell you got going on, sir? Like, why is this happening? But anyway, that was the first breakup. So I leave him alone for a few years. And then I get married. Now, when I get married... No, actually, then I got with my ex-husband. Because that was a couple of years later. I got with my ex-husband. We stayed together for a while, a long time. Eventually, we got married. When I got married, he decides, well, after I got married, of course, I wasn't living with my family anymore. I was living with my ex-husband. So he was calling my family members. They are like, they'll let you know if I'm in a committed situation. They'll tell you like she's married, or you know, if she doesn't live here because she lives with her significant other, they will put it out there and they don't care who it is. So they tell him that I got married, whatever. I don't know how. Oh, so now me and my ex-husband go through our little thing. We break up. Cool. He and I try to rekindle. We get back together. We're doing our thing again. Now, we're supposed to spend a weekend together. We were supposed to go somewhere. I don't know where we're supposed to go. But anyway, we spent a weekend together. And, well, we're supposed to spend a weekend together. My friend, a chick that I called my friend at that particular time, she and I had plans to go out, but I was going to leave from where I was going with her to go to his house. And then he and I were going to do what it is that we had planned to do. As I get to his house, because now I'm at his, I'm trying to drop my bag off at his house so then she and I can go where we need to go. And then I'm coming back. As I go to his house, he's not home. So now I'm like, I don't know what the hell. So I'm just going to leave my bag in her car until we finish partying. And then we'll go ahead about our business. As we're leaving the location in which he lived in at that particular time, there's a gas station. We pull up to the gas station, and as we pull up to the gas station, I see him in a car with his homeboy and 2 other girls. Red flag number 2. Oh, that's number 3, because the second red flag was when the girl came to his other house. So, I call his name. I'm calling him Nathaniel for this particular story. That's not his real name. So I'm like, Nathaniel. He sees me. He gets out of the car with them. He gets in the car with us. We go back to his house. We wind up not going where we were supposed to go, but I did wind up staying the whole weekend. I leave. I go home. It continued on a little bit, but For some strange reason, we just wound up breaking up again. It didn't even last that long. Okay, so let that go. I moved on. I wound up getting pregnant with my daughter and get into a relationship with her father for a few years. Cool. Didn't work out. Things didn't work out between he and I, so I moved. I kept it moving. I always like to take a gap in between, but I kept it moving. So in this process now, mind you, my daughter's young now. So I've been married, and now I'm divorced. Now I have a child with someone else. Okay, so he decides that he wants to try to rekindle things again. Cool. I'll give you another shot. Hopefully this time things will be a little bit different. My dumbness. Anyway, so in the process of trying to give him another shot now, where he's courting me again or whatever, and now he realizes that I have a child. And let me say this. At the time that I had my daughter, is a lot of gentlemen that I've dated prior who could not handle the idea of me having a child with someone else. So it got weird. It got real weird for a second. But anyway, so now he's coming to visit me. And he wants me to come visit him too. This one particular, well, there's a couple of things that happened in this particular situation. So this time frame. So the first thing was him telling me that he had a certain way that he wanted me to dress. Now, mind you, I like quality items. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, but it has to be of good quality. The outfits that he's showing me, I probably would wear one time and never be able to wear it again, type of situation. Cool. But I don't like people dressing me. I like to express myself the way that I like to express myself. If I like it, I'm gonna run with it. If I don't, I'm not. I'm not gonna run with it. This particular outfit I did not like, so I wasn't running with it. That was one. Two, then he started telling me that I had to let him know how much was in my bank account, so that he and I could have a future together. He needs to know exactly how much money I make and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, at the end of the day, why do you need that information? I don't need to tell you how much is in my bank account. I'm not asking you how much is in your bank account. The question should be, can we afford to make this move? Not how much is in your bank account. So that was the second strike. The third and final one for me was that he asked me to come see him. I told him I couldn't because I have a babysitter. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the house with my kid. He then proceeds to tell me that because I lived with my family at the time, well, I still live with my family technically, but that I should leave her in the house and just leave. She'll be okay for a couple of hours and come to his house. Nobody's awake. I told you it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody is awake. So for me, it's like, nah, I would never do a thing like that. I mean, I'm not a perfect mom, but I'm a damn good mom. And I would never leave my child unattended to go lay up with somebody. It's not going to happen. Oh, and also, another thing, all of this going on, I had a kid. So, women suffer from postpartum. Our weight goes up and down. We go through a lot of things having children. I had gained a little bit of weight, and since the time that he had saw me last, because I had a kid. So that was a thing, talking about my weight and all of this stuff. Cool, fine, let it go, because if you can't rock with me because I gained a couple of pounds, you can't rock with me, period. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm smaller now than I was when I met him, but whatever. So let it go, stopped talking to him, moved on, got into another relationship, stayed in that relationship for a while, and then he and I broke up. Now, when he and I broke up, I went through a whole phase. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm hurt. It's all kinds of stuff that went down. My hair fell out. It was like craziness. So I took some time to myself to collect myself. Now, these are recent years. This recently just happened. the last part of the story. So what happens next is he finds me on Facebook. He finds me on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, what can I hurt to talk to an old friend? We can be cool again. So when he finds me on Facebook, he's like, oh, I miss you so much. I'm so sorry for how I treated you and everything that I did wrong to you. I have regrets. I was so... Because the last conversation prior to this one, we did argue. We had a little argument, and then that was the end of that. But so he's like, I'm sorry for how I talked to you. I'm sorry for how I treated you and all of these things. I know you're a good person. And now and at this point, I'm in my 40s. So who you met in 1999 is not the same person that I am right now. In 1999, I was 20. In 2023, I'm in my 40s. So anyway, I'm sorry. I want to give it another shot. Now, mind you, I just said I just broke up. I just got out of a bad relationship. So I'm like, I just want to take some time, gather myself. I'm not really in a rush to get into another relationship. So he's like, now he's losing it. He's mad. He's like, you're selfish. You're selfish. All you want to do is live with your family. You don't want to... It was so many things, like, because I did not want to make the commitment right then and there. He just lost his absolute shit. So then some white lady, because he's at work doing this, mind you, some white lady walks into the office, his office or whatever, and he's like, speaks to her, and he's like, tell this girl I love her and I want to be with her and she should give me a shot, and da-da-da-da-da. And at that particular point, I'm annoyed now, because there's nothing that white woman can tell me about what it is that I need as a woman. Period. It's nothing. I don't even know this lady. How is she going to tell me how I should carry it as far as a relationship with you? So I told him, like, there's nothing she could say. This is where I'm at right now. I just want to be, we can hang out, but I'm not really in a rush for a relationship. So he starts screaming, and you so selfish. You so selfish. You don't think about nobody but yourself. Mind you, I'm really thinking about myself and my daughter. You feel me? Because it's more than me now. It's not just me anymore. So, and although at this point she's a preteen, I have to consider her. So you're selfish. You're so selfish. And I'm trying to explain to him, don't know why I was explaining this to him, but I'm trying to explain to him that now at this point it's bigger than me. Now it's myself and my child, and I have to be mindful of the decisions that I make when it comes to she and I. So he's still yelling at me, and I told him, like, you gotta chill out and yelling at me, because I don't really do people yelling at me. And he's still yelling at me. No, because you need to... Okay, enough said, hung up. I did block him on my phone, but I forgot about social media. I wasn't even thinking about social media. So I let it go. That was 3 years ago. Let's fast forward to 2025. So in 2025, he contacts me again. Same spiel. I'm so sorry for how I carried it with you. I'm so sorry for all the things that I said and did and acting the way I started acting. And I know that you're a good person. Now I'm telling him, I am a good person. Cool. That's truth. That's fact. But then I know you, and I'm like, you don't know me. You knew the young me. There are a lot of life experiences that I have gone through that has shaped the woman that I am today. So I'm not the same person that you remember. I'm a totally different person now. I've had a kid. I've been married. That was crazy. Been through some trials and tribulations. Like, I'm not her anymore, right? He also tried to rationalize a person being assaulted, sexually assaulted as well, and I had a problem with that as a victim of that situation. So I'm like, nah, it's like, I'm never going to be cool with you saying what you just said. So cool. Now he's yelling at me again. And I'm like, yo, chill out, like chill with the yelling. That's part of the problem that we were having in the first place. Well, that's part of it. It's not all of it. Stop talking to me like you're crazy. So I said, listen, he's still going off. Nathaniel. His name is not Nathaniel, by the way. Chill out. I am not the type of person that stands for people just talking to me crazy. Chill. Relax. You gotta relax. Nope. He kept on going. So I said at this point, if you keep talking to me in that manner, I'm just gonna hang up. And that's gonna be the end of this conversation. Oh, you need to do what you need to do. Okay, say less. And I hung up. At this point, I blocked him on my phone again. I blocked him on all social platforms because I'm not going to keep doing this with you. Again, I thought that you had matured, maybe learned from your past mistakes, prior mistakes, and all of that good stuff, but you did not. You keep displaying the same behavior. And this is not acceptable behavior for myself and for my future and for my child, because I'd be damned if you yelling at me, so I feel like you'll be yelling at her too. She's very sensitive. I don't play about her, and I be done tried to fight you over her. Why even go through all of that? Why? So I decided to block him on all platforms. Now, on occasion, I think he has multiple Facebook pages, but he'll try to creep up and whatever. And certain things that I have going on are public, so you can see them. You feel me? Even if you can see them. So, whatever. The moral to the story, though, is this. You cannot treat people any kind of way. Even if they annoy you, then get the fuck away from them. If they are not doing the things that you want them to do, get over it. Find you somebody that will do all of the things that you want them to do. But you can't pressure people into being in a situation with you when you are the reason why the situation is what it is. Grow up. Grow up. Let alone, and I hate to say this, I was never sexually satisfied. And he's the reason why I carry the way I carry it today. Because I'm not going to be in a situation where I'm being mistreated. And then on top of that, you're not pleasing me either. You're not treating me good. You're not pleasing me. Like, no, I have my limits. I have my limits. And I have reached all of them with him. Just watch how you treat people. Watch how you carry it with people. And then stop thinking that you know everything about everybody. You don't have all the answers. You can't know everything about everybody because everybody has different mindsets. Everybody has the ability to think. You don't know what they have going on in their head. You don't know what they have going on in their lives. You don't know. So it's no way that you could possibly know. And in this case, I will say that he was the true definition of a narcissist, the true definition of a gaslighter, true definition of an asshole. And for what? And then on top of all of that, I won't forget this part. The one thing that he kept saying to me, besides he knows me and all of that bullshit, I know when you see me, you're going to be like, oh damn, he's so fine. Boy, please, boy, bye. Nothing about you was ever, I made you feel special while we were dealing with each other because you were special to me. Once I cut you off, you no longer existed, and you were never that fucking fine to me. You were never that attractive to me. I have had some very handsome men in my past and in my current, right? I've dealt with men who are, by standards, very attractive. That look way better than you, sir. It's not about looks. It's about how you treat me. And the way you were treating me was like bullshit. And there's nothing about you that makes me want to run. Oh my gosh, you're so... No, that was not the case with you. Oh, and then on top of that, you tell me that one of the issues that you've always had with me is that I'm taller than you. And my response to that was, you got to take that up with the Most High. I can't help my genetics and how how I'm made up. I am what I am. You need to take that up with the Father. I can't stand when a man tells me what his preference is. Like, then go find your preference. I can't stand when a man likes to nitpick on the things that he doesn't like about you. Then stop dealing with me. You don't have to be here. I'll be fine. I was fine before you came along. I lived while you were gone, and I'll live after you're gone again. Like, these are not things that I concern myself with. They're not. And you putting pressure on me to do something that I'm not comfortable with doing will never fly, will never ride. I never said I wanted to live with you. You showed me why I should never live with you. Why we shouldn't even be in a relationship. You showed me. You dealt a set of cards, and you played your card and you lost. Like, I'm not doing all that back and forth drama with anybody. So at the end of the day, your name is not Nathaniel, but for the sake of this episode, your name is Nathaniel, aka Nashon. Look at you told me that you were single and you have been single for a long time. Maybe you should look at yourself. You want to be with me, but you're going to mistreat me. So maybe you should look internally. Look at yourself. See what it is about you that would make me not want to deal with you, because I give chances. If if when you come off at me right, I will give you a shot. But I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. I knew that was a thing that I had to, alright, you gotta go. I gotta let you go. I can't even give you a shot because you're a dick. And so I cut it short. So at the end of the day, Nashon, aka Nathaniel, or whatever your name is. Oh, I know his real name now. I know what his real name is, in the irony that that's his name. But I know what his real name is now. But I didn't then. But at the end of the day, don't be a dick. It's okay to be gentle and caring and understanding and all of that good stuff. You made mistakes. I got past those. But what I can't get past is your nasty ass attitude, your stank ass behavior. I can't get none of that. I don't. Nothing about that is attractive to me. And even if you were the most attractive man, you doing that would make you very unattractive to me. Even if you're the most handsome man in the world, which you're not. So that is the story that I want to give you this first episode of Cattails. It lingered on way longer than it should have, but it happened. What I learned from the situation is, I ain't got that many chances to give. I'm not giving out that many chances. It's just what it is. But make sure you tune in for our next show on Monday. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and I'm out of here. Get your act together, sir. Maybe you'll find somebody if you start treating people better. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all be safe.
Oh,